Hey, at CB Sapolsky. This is incredibly gross. The stowed front window for the diamond store amidst the L and says jewelry? I wish an editor would have caught this, and I wish Bennett hadn't drawn it. I just learned that the artist for the Immortal Hulk is an anti-Semitic transphobic ass. Well, that's something. Not Immortal Hulk having anti-Semitic art in it? What the f— Hey, so Joe Bennett. I can't believe Immortal Hulk of all comics where this anti-Semitic slipped through. Good reminder that it's still Marvel, lol. Garbage through and through. The Immortal Hulk number 43. You know, it's kind of hard to take a writer's statement on racial bias and police brutality seriously when the artist is sneaking in anti-Semitic Easter eggs. That sad moment when one of your fav artists is an alt-right supporter making anti-Semitic and transphobic shit. I'm sadly talking about Immortal Hulk.
If you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Join us.
All right. And here's where we find ourselves. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You are listening to me, Ethan Van Sciver, 28-year veteran of this broken, sad little tattletale comic book industry in which strange people, strange soy boys who look like AOC's armpit wearing a pair of glasses, try to destroy competent, talented artists over mistakes that they make for internet clout. That's what it's all about. That's what this is about here, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know Joe Bennett that well. I met him a couple times. He's a quiet fellow. English is not his first language, from what I understand. But I'm pretty sure that he did not mean for this anti-Semitic error. Semitic? Anti-Semitic? I always say anti-Semitic. But anti-Semitic error to come across. He's not looking to start trouble with these soy boys. That's me. That's what I do. Joe Bennett is sorry, okay? He's sorry. He messed up. He feels bad about it in his heart. I'm sure he feels awful. He feels terrible. Boy, I'll tell you something. I like the inclusion of the word hot. Hot tamales there, I think. Crab cakes. Oh, I haven't had lunch yet. Anyway, Joe Bennett feels terrible about all of this, and he wants to apologize to all of these people who are pretending to be upset, all of these people who are pretending to believe that he did this on purpose, and here we go. Poor Joe Bennett. Today, Marvel Comics published the Immortal Hulk number 43 by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. As we pointed out, a number of messages were intentionally hidden in the artwork, referring to other Hulk comic book creators, including the great Jack Kirby, the great Stan Lee, the great Jim Starlin, and and Al Milgrom. However, there was one more, which has been taken in a very different, fashion. Oh man, a jewelry store featured in the comics is named after David Cronenberg. I met that guy. I got him to autograph my DVD of The Fly, the horror movie director known for the kind of body horror that the Immortal Hulk has embraced in its run. But instead of the window sign reading jewelry, it reads jewelry! Jewelry! Instead, and is placed above a Star of David. While in the foreground, Joe Fixit, Bruce Banner, and the store employee are talking about filthy lucre, money, shekels. So obviously this is very anti-Semitic, and it was intentional. There has been as an anti-Semitic trope or slur this has been seen as an anti-Semitic trope or slur by many people who have used social media to call for action or to get an apology, a humiliating apology from Joe Bennett, who doesn't really speak English very fluently, from what I understand. Get him to apologize and grovel. Grovel to us. Grovel to the little soy parakeet males with the filthy, dirty, unkempt beards and the problem glasses. Apologize to them. Make them feel powerful. Engorge their genitals with might as you, a talented artist. Crawl before them. I'm so sorry for leaving out the letter L. Leaving out the letter L in this image and making what appeared to be an anti-Semitic trope or slur. I so apologize, you disingenuous pieces of shit. Anyway, here's his apology. He says, I've been including references to famous horror directors to pay respects to the genre throughout the series. And in Immortal Hulk number 43, I included a nod to David Cronenberg. The misspellings on the window were an honest but terrible mistake. Since I was writing backwards. He's writing backwards. He can't even... I accidentally spelled both of those words wrong. I have no excuse for how I depicted the Star of David. I failed to understand this troubling and offensive stereotype. And after listening to you all these soy cowards on the internet, I now understand my mistake. This was wrong, offensive, and hurtful in many ways. Please don't cancel me. Please let me work longer for this corporation. Please let me slave away the last of my able young days, working on corporate characters that I have no stake in and can't possibly own. Let me continue to do that, please. This is a mistake I must own, and I am sorry to everyone who I hurt by this. There are some people who are in wheelchairs right now because of this. There are some people will never be the same again. Some people have lost loved ones because of this terrible, terrible mistake by Joe Bennett. It's about time he apologized. It's been minutes since this mistake was uncovered. I've waited so long. What was the delay? What was the delay in apologizing to these pussies? What was it? All right. So anyway, he says, I am working with Marvel to correct this. All you have to do is write the letter L in. I mean, basically, they can all correct it. And I would appreciate it if maybe Joe Bennett handed all of these people an L so that they could fix this mistake on their own and not be offended. He says, I am using this lesson to reflect on how I approach my stories and my work. Yeah, good idea. Use this lesson to reflect on how you approach your stories and your work. Your spelling. That's all you... The errors in wording were also overseen by Marvel. No editor caught that. Are you kidding me? I would like to point the blame. I'd like to direct the blame at the real anti-Semitic vultures. These people who I'm sure intentionally did this. In fact, I'm not so sure that Joe Bennett didn't include that L in the original artwork and it wasn't taken out by somebody with sinister, bigoted motives over at Marvel Comics editorial. Why? Otherwise, why would they not have caught this terrible mistake? Why are they making Joe Bennett crawl? Joe Bennett's covering for them. I think Joe Bennett is covering for these editors. Oh, what a brave man. What a brave man. The comparison is made. Yeah, Marvel's done this before. This was weird. I was there for this. Todd DeZego did an issue of Wolverine where he wrote the word killer and this showed up instead. The letterer or something. I don't know how this happens. How do you go from this to this? How do you go from that to this? That's a mistake. Like forgetting the letter L is one thing, but forgetting two letter L's and also an R and then adding an extra K, that's an even bigger mistake. That is a larger grievous error. But it did happen in the days before Twitter. It happened before the days of soy, the days of soy. All right. Also, of course, X-Men Golden Witch, Artie and CF intentionally put anti-Semitic references in an issue of X-Men. So people are very sensitive about all of this. Here is the, of course, the solicit. If you want to go and buy the Immortal anti-Semitic Hulk, you could do that. You can get it here. Cover art by Alex Ross. How embarrassing. How embarrassing for everyone involved here. All right, well, what can I tell you? Joe Bennett has apologized to you guys. He said he was sorry and he won't do it again. Can you ever possibly find it in your shriveled little hearts to forgive Joe Bennett for this terrible, terrible mistake, which has hurt so many people? Let me know in the comments below. Please do leave me a comment. I read every single one of them. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are the absolute best. By the way, thank you so much for signing up for my Patreon. I think we've got like 230 patrons right now. All of those people will be receiving Cyberfrog promo cards exclusive to Patreon backers. We're making a whole line just for Patreon patrons, just for you guys. It'll be like a monthly subscription, $5, and you're in. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who got excited about seeing the images of the Salamandroid PVC toy in its box. is coming on over here. You can still get one for 25 bucks. It's amazing. When you actually see this thing, you will not believe that it's only 25 bucks. You are going to be amazed. You can still order one. Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet, Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. The link is in the description below. And of course, Rainbow the Brute. Please do subscribe, join this channel, and we will keep an eye on all of this accidental or intentional bigotry in Marvel Comics. A keen, watchful eye. Thanks, everyone. See you again soon. New from All Caps Comics, Rainbow the Brute. The last real man in fairyland. A tale of prismatic pain, a spectrum of brutality, and a pretty good dad. Choke slam a unicorn by backing it today, only on Indiegogo. New from All Caps Comics, Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell. The victim of a genocidal massacre has somehow returned from the dead and is carving a path of death across the heart of America. Driven by the echoes of silent screams, this is the story of a man once known as Black Dog, the one now forever known as the Snowman. Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell, back it today, only on Indiegogo.